Hi everybody, it's Tyler here with 6121Z. It's the Pioneers at the Eastern Pennsylvania State Championship. Pioneers here coming into this event as one of the favorites, so we can't wait to see how they do in this one. Really cool logo mechanism. We'll be diving a lot more into on this robot and just going through some of the other aspects that have really made this robot stand out here at Eastern PA. We're talking about their redirect that they have as well too for their middle goal and some cool stuff in regards to their sensors as well. So let's learn more about them coming up here on Pits and Parts. Let's start out talking about that logo mech that we were talking about earlier. So walk me through what it's comprised of and what's made it stand out for your team.
Yeah, coming into this competition, something we really wanted to change from previous locals was being able to get logos, especially with a more linear type of bot which stores the blocks like side by side. It gets really difficult to funnel the blocks into a one wide so you can score onto the logo really effectively. And we noticed this especially as the pace of the game started change a lot more towards securing the middle goal controls as fast as possible and being able to maneuver around the field really quickly. And so a way we tried to optimize this was building logo funnels. So the way this mainly works is I have a button on the bot I can press for when I want to outtake and score on the logo. And when I activate it, it brings up a double acting piston actuates, which brings a poly piece closer to one side, which kind of acts as a passive funnel, helping towards helping the balls go out towards the logo. And I can quickly disactivate this whenever I go to intake with the press of a button. If we want to demonstrate now, Rahul, just put it down on we can put it flat. So just intake, and then when I want to activate. Moving on, another difficult part of this was finding a way to mount it so that it could be low enough to actually work while still not getting in the way of the actual ramp. And a nice way we were able to go around this was just mounting it with a few zip ties, which have held up pretty well. Even though it's taken a bit of a dent over here, it's still remained pretty consistent and worked in our last call pretty well. I think that's the core of it. And
so if you look at your plastic that you have on here, so is that actually actuating in and out via pneumatics?
So we have a zip tie connected to a screw on the piston that's connecting the poly to the actual piston. So whenever the piston actuates, it's basically pulling the poly to one side.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. As a leading AV systems integrator and live events provider, Visual Sound delivers the best solution for corporate and educational markets. From initial design to final installation, Visual Sound builds and supports the AV environments you need to deliver a seamless experience for your audience. Visit visualsound.com to level up your next event or to design your systems integration experience today.
Let's pass over to Rahul, talk more about your middle goal, how you're scoring on that. I watched you in a practice match earlier, really smooth operation for that, so walk me through what you have.
Okay, so for our middle goal, it's pretty standard, but I think the coolest part about it is how we use a standoff here. A lot of teams will just mount off a collar, and that pulls down a band similar to like this. It pulls it down in one direction. Since we have a standoff here, it pulls it all the way down here, leaving a pretty big gap. And since there's a C channel here, sometimes it's able to tuck under that. Another really cool thing about our mid goal is the fact that we are able to get 7 mid. A lot of times with bots like ours, when you have the 7th ball in the middle goal, it can hit off this top band and get knocked out. But since this standoff is there, we can also use it to push in. Do you want to pull it up? So we can move out and push in, and that ball almost 100% of the time is able to stay in without getting knocked out by the band on the top.
What kind of testing did you have to do in order to get this functioning the way you wanted?
Honestly, we had to run so many different programming combinations, just running through the intake and running with different back and forth motions so that we didn't, one, knock out the 7th ball through the other side, but also so that it didn't get stuck in our bot at the end of the day. And I think it around ended at 3 inches out, 4 inches back in, would always get the ball right back into the middle goal.
Siobhan, your team has one of the I think most complete in terms of both auto and driver control as well too, and you're utilizing some sensors to make that happen. Talk to me about the ones that really stand out for you.
Sure, yeah. So one of our main sensors here, as you can see, is our distance sensor. So for autonomous routines, we saw that this isn't really needed, but for skills, we did see that it was a requirement, and that's because when we were trying to buff up to more complex skills paths, such as the 96, we realized that things like crossing the barrier, for example, led to a lot of inconsistency, and that's primarily because, as you can see, we don't actually have any odometry or tracking wheels of such, and we use straight line PID. So what we came to the conclusion was we did need a distance sensor when we cross the barrier. So the way that works is that we're able to sense the distance it is away from the wall, and through testing we're able to see how far the robot has to move to get to a point, and that always happens regardless of what field we're on. And another thing which we use this distance sensor for is when we're crossing alleys. So we realized that we were losing a lot of time in terms of going through the alleys. So instead, we decided to speed up these alley movements, and with this distance sensor, we'll always back up right the exact distance into the goal, regardless of any wheel slippage we encounter on this path.
You guys have multiple teams here at Eastern PA States. What do you think has been the key to success for all the Pioneers teams here so far?
So I think we came into this year realizing that something we lacked a lot of was collaboration and practice. I think something very different about this year is we've been able to run multiple successful scrimmages and driver practicing among our teams together. And I think that has led to a pretty successful season for the whole organization total.
Yeah, well, the Pioneers wish you best of luck here at Eastern PA States, hopefully vying for that world spot as well, too, amongst multiple teams. So good luck the rest of the way, and thanks for telling us more about your pushback robots here. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. As a leading AV systems integrator and live events provider, Visual Sound delivers the best solution for corporate and educational markets. From initial design to final installation, Visual Sound builds and supports the AV environments you need to deliver a seamless experience for your audience. Visit visualsound.com to level up your next event or to design your systems integration experience today.